Good morning, all of you. Today, in this video, I'm going to talk about a modern history of India and culture. Now, let us start with a chapter 1, that is the India in the 18th century. I will write this in a whiteboard. India in the 18th century. India in the 18th century. Now, let us see in detail the introduction for this. During the 18th century, the Indian subcontinent had gone through a significant turmoil which eventually culminated into the decline of a Mughal dynasty which ruled for over 2 centuries. The period saw the rise of a regional kingdoms, entry of Europeans into India political scene along with a proxy war between French and the British. Court intrigues which led to a fall of empire, discontent of a peasantry, and aggression of a foreign invaders such as Nadir Shah, Ahmad Shah, ABDALI. Now we will see how the Mughal decline during the uh, after the death of the Aurangzeb in 1707. The Mughal Empire, which was established in 1526 by the Babur, which he defeated the Abraham Lodi, uh, the Babur accession to the throne began disintegrating with the death of the Aurangzeb in 1707. When Aurangzeb died, the empire was the largest in India, yet within about a 50 year of his death, the Mughal Empire disintegrated. Aurangzeb's death was followed by a war of succession among his three sons. However, prior to a succession war, element of decline could be traced to Aurangzeb rule, which saw a territorial expansion at the expense of increased hostility with Marathas and Deccan sultans, departure from Akbar conciliation policies, with varying chief and regional power with regard to Rajput and Marathas, imposition of jizya, which considerably resulted in widening of a gulf between Hindu and Muslim classes. There were various other causes behind a Mughal empire, such as war of succession, Jagirdari crisis, diminishing of a Jagir, and KHALISAH land, that is crown land. IJARADARI system, discontented peasantry, shifting loyalties of ZAMINDARS, lack of finance for central army, neglect of science and technology, emergence of regional states, invasion of Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali. Now we will see the first, that is a war of succession. After the death of Aurangzeb in 1707, the emperor who succeeded were referred to as a later Mughals, owing to their stark departure from the earlier great Mughals, which translated into degeneration of a Mughal empire in terms of influence, size, and power. In addition, in the absence of any fixed rule of succession, these war of succession proved to be ruinous for the empire. Thousands of trained soldiers and hundreds of capable military commanders and efficient and trained officers were killed. Moreover, this civil war loosened the administrative fabric of the empire. The nobility, which was the backbone of an empire by the 18th century, had turned against the empire, and many of these nobles and local chieftains utilized the political chaos to fuel their own aspirations. Chaos to fuel their own aspirations. Bahadur Shah won. Aurangzeb's death ensued a war among a princes for throne in which the 65-year-old prince, the Prince Muzam, emerged a victorious, ascend the throne under the name of Bahadur Shah, who after ruling for a very brief period died in 1712. He was perhaps the last Mughal ruler who wielded a real authority owing to his own successor, who formed a line of a weak-wielded and luxury-loving king. They were unsuccessful in checking the declining empire, varying novels, and the most importantly, protecting a northwest border from where a devastating raid of a Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali came. These adversities made once invincible Mughal empire a weak crumbling regional empire which had its border on the outskirts of Delhi. We will see Jahandar Shah 1712 to 1730. With the 18th century, noble who earlier merely aided aspirant to the throne now became a direct contender for power and used a princess as a marry paw to capture the seat of authority. In the civil war following Bahadur Shah's death, Jahandar Shah became the emperor owing to the support by Zulfikar Khan, the most influential noble of the time. Jahandar Shah, who succeeded Bahadur Shah I, was a weak and incompetent. He was controlled by the nobles and ruled only for 1 year. He made a Zulfikar Khan the Wazir. He followed a friendly policy toward the Rajput, Marathas, and the Hindu chieftains in order to strengthen his own position and also to maintain the stability of empire. He abandoned the policies of Aurangzeb and adopted a liberal attitude toward the Hindu. He abolished the Jizya and gave the title of Mirza Raja Swai to Jai Singh of Amber and appointed him the governor of Malwa. Ajit Singh of Marwar was given the title of Maharaja and appointed the governor of Gujarat. The Marathas were given the Chauth and Sardesh Mukhi of a Deccan on a condition that a Mughal officer would make this collection and hand it over to the Marathas officer. He pacified a Chorman Jat and Chhastrasal Bundel but continue a strict policy toward the Sikh. Furuk Siyar 1713 to 1719. Furuk Siyar ascended the throne with the help of the Sayyid brother who were popularly called the Kingmaker. He was collected by a Sayyid brother who were the real authority behind a Mughal empire. When he tried to free himself from their control, he was killed by them. It was during his reigns that Banda Bahadur, the sixth chief, was captured and killed. However, the struggle for power between emperor and the Sayyid brother increased. The effort of the emperor to overthrow a brother failed repeatedly. Finally, Furuk Siyar was deposed and killed in 1790. After this, Muhammad Shah, Ahmad Shah, Alamgiri II, Shah Jahan III, Shah Alam came. Now we will see Jagirdari crisis. Very important one. The Jagirdari crisis. The Jagirdari system was a system that allotted Jagir to Jagirdar, or a landlord, in returns of the service rendered by them to the Mughal Empire. Aurangzeb Deccan campaign, which though expanded the frontier of the empire, nevertheless increased the size of the nobles, worsened a Jagirdari crisis, leading to a bitter struggle among a Jagirdar for a better swaths of land. In order to pacify a nobility, a later Mughal had to give away his KHALISAH land, a crown land, which resulted in a major dip in a flow of revenue to the royal treasury and led to a financial crisis which had a spillover effect, among which inability to maintain an imperial army was the most crucial. The noble on their own part too did not maintain prescribed number of a soldier and cavalry, owing to their financial trouble and disaffection toward the Mughal throne. The further the noble fought amongst themselves for a revenue-rich Jagir, which led to a court intrigues and functionalism, eventually preparing ground for regional aspiration, as evident in case of a Hyderabad state. IJARADARI system and discontented peasantry. With shifting of the loyalties of a zamindar, lack of finance for a central army, neglect of science and technology, emergence of a regional state. These were all the causes for the decline of a Mughal empire. Whatever the neglect of science and technology, lack of finance for central army, shifting loyalties of zamindar, IJARADARI system, discontented peasantry, Jagirdari crisis, and all the name which I have took, the Shah Alam, Shah Jahan III, Alamgir II, Ahmad Shah, Muhammad Shah, Furukhsiyar, Jahandar, Bahadur Shah. These were all the thing which lead to the decline of the Mughals. Now we will see the emergence of a regional states. The powerful regional group like the Jat, Sikh, Maratha, Rajput had defied the real authority of a Mughal authority even in the time of Aurangzeb. Though they did not succeed, yet their effort had considerably influence on the future polity of India. With a gradual decline of a Mughal empire, a number of provinces and subordinate politics se- se- succeeded from an empire, and several independent states came into existence. Hyderabad, the founder of Asaf Jai Singh House of Hyderabad, was a Chin Qulij Khan, popularly known Nizam al Mulk. Oath and Awadh, Bengal, Murshid Quali Khan, administrative change. Later ruler of Bengal, the Rajput Raja Swajay Singh contribution, the Jat, the Sikh, the Afghans, Mysore, Hyder Ali, the Tipu Sultan, Travancore, the Marathas, Balaji Viswanath, Bajirao I, Balaji Rao, the third battle of Panipat. We will see the third battle of Panipat 1761. The third battle of Panipat took place on a 14 January 1761 at Panipat, about 60 miles north of Delhi, between a northern expeditionary force of the Marathas Empire and the force of a king of the Afghanistan, Ahmad Shah Abdali, supported by two Indian allies, the Rohilla Afghan of a Doab and the Suza ud Daula, the Nawab Awadh. Militarily, the battle pitted the French origin artillery and cavalry of the Marathas against the heavy cavalry and mounted the artillery of the Afghan and Rohilla, led by Ahmad Shah. Abdali and Nazim ud Daula both ethnic Afghan. The battle was considered one of the largest and most eventful fought in the 18th century and has perhaps the largest number of fatalities in a single day reported in a classic formation battle between two armies. Invasion of Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali. General cause of the invasion, Nadir Shah invasion. Immediate causes, Battle of Karnal, invasion of Ahmad Shah Abdali, continuity and change, economic and socio-cultural perspectives. These were all covered the India in the 18th century. This one is all about the chapter 1. The rest of the chapter I will discuss in a later video. Till now, uh, I have done with this chapter 1, that is India in the 18th century. Thank you.